Hey guys, I'm Luke with Building with Kinfolk, and today I'm going to review one of my favorite products that's out there that has really increased my time in the shop. Now, before I get started, this is not a paid advertisement. Kreg has not paid me to say this. Old Kreg, he didn't give me any money. I just genuinely love this. It has saved me so much time in the shop, and I think it's something that everybody should have, but it is going to require you to have a couple other things, like a good miter saw table, and that miter saw table is going to need to have a fence on it. That fence is going to need to be 2 1/4 inch high and 3/4 inch thick. Now, let's say you meet all the requirements. Now you can put on the Kreg Top Trak. They make it in 4-foot lengths, 2-foot lengths. You can hacksaw it to get it to length. You can put 2 of them together. It doesn't have to be super flush, just as close as you can get it. You'll never notice that difference. It's not pre-drilled on the back, how it attaches to the fence. So you'll need to have a 1/8 inch bit, drill you some holes, screw this to the back of your fence. Make sure your fence has some space behind it. So, you know, if there's a cabinet behind it like mine does, anything like that, you want to make sure that you can get back there to screw these in. And you'll need some other space for some of the things you're going to see in a second. So we've got this, we've got it installed. We're now going to go ahead and put the tape on it. It has a slot going down. It's not the slot here in the middle. It's just a little indentation that goes all the way down. That is for the tape. So they make a right to left tape and a left to right tape, depending on which side of the saw you're on. But brilliant, I know, I never would have thought of that. Like it would have been way too late. So that's the reason I don't work for Kreg probably. So anyways, we've got the tape on there. I want to make sure that it is true to the saw measurement, meaning that at 20 inches on my tape, it's 20 inches from my saw, okay? Not everybody works that way. I'll explain in a minute and you'll maybe understand. I don't really understand why people do it another way, but I'll tell you so that if you ever see it, you know. Especially if you're using somebody else's shop, it's always good to double check. So you're like, okay, great. Now I have a tape measure that's attached to a fence. Like, I don't know how this helps me, Luke. I don't know how this speeds anything up. Well, I'm gonna show you. I'm not just gonna show you, I'm gonna blow your mind. Are you ready? Bam! The stopper. I don't know what it's actually called. I think it is called the stopper. But nonetheless, maybe just a stop. I should have looked that up. I don't know. I bought it at Woodcraft and took it out of the package like a kid on Christmas morning, you know, getting a rock'em sock'em from back in the day. So anyways, the stopper. All this does is attaches to your track back here. You tighten it down, and once you get it tight, no wood can pass. You can cut as many pieces of wood as you want to that are gonna have the exact same measurement. Like I said, for speeding up time, think about this. You don't have to use a tape measure, but you're like, oh, Luke, you still have to use a tape measure because you kind of need to know where it's at. You can't just base your line off of a rough estimate of where that stopper ends on your tape. Well, you're right, and Kreg was smart again. So if you look on top, this, you're gonna see 2 little pieces of plastic, 2 little screws that hold it in. They're curved, so they magnify anything underneath it. So it sits perfectly on top of the tape that we've put in, and it's got 2 red lines. Now, remember earlier where I said some people put their tape a little bit different? Let me explain why. I have these red marks set at a 1/2 inch. So if I need to cut 20 inches, I'm actually gonna set my red mark to 19 1/2 inches. Maybe you don't like that, maybe you think you're gonna forget, whatever. You could actually take your tape a 1/2 inch shorter so that when this red mark shows a 20 inch cut with your stopper, it's a 20 inch cut, even though the red mark is only 19 1/2 from your blade. Hopefully that makes sense. Kind of hard to understand, but like I said, what I like to do, keep my tape true, and then I set my red marks on these to a 1/2 inch off of the end of my stopper here. So, works great. You know, for instance, if I'm working on a table, I need 4 legs that are the same length. Throw this stopper on at 28 1/2 inches, you know, if I'm doing depending on what kind of table I'm doing, but we'll do 28 1/2 inches. Set it, lock it, 4 legs, bam, 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 done. Don't even have to pull out my tape measure, don't have to make a mark, saves so much time for repetitive cuts. Guys, it really is worth it. Like I said, you're gonna have a little bit of time in getting a miter saw table up and getting a fence in and all that, but like it really is gonna save you time on the repetitive cuts. So make sure you check it out on their website. There's also a link on my site. Make sure you also check everything else on my site because we got like tips and tricks, we got reviews, we got plans, and the best of all, we have our live online interactive shop class. class, literally where you can learn to build from the comforts of your own shop. And it's interactive. So you get to meet other people, you get to ask questions. If you have problems, you can show me right there on video. I have a screen mounted right here where I can see everything that's happening at everybody's workstation. It's a really cool class to come to. You're gonna meet new people. I'm gonna tell terrible jokes. We're gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh at me. I'm gonna laugh with me most of the time. And so, guys, that's it. Make sure you check this out. Make sure you check out the website and follow and subscribe on all the social channels and on the YouTube. I would really appreciate it. Guys, I can't wait to build with you.